I had an epidural and now I have chronic back pain. Like what's the lowdown? What's the lowdown? Is that true or false? Myth or fact?
Yeah, I'll give you the lowdown. This is like a question I get all the time, you know. So one, it's like 90% a myth. There is a 10%. There's a little bit of truth to it. So the majority of chronic back pain, at least as far as literature goes, is positioning during the birthing process. When you have an epidural in, it is more likely for the mom to be placed in a position where she could potentially be stretching something in a way in her back that shouldn't be stretched, essentially, if you follow my drift. But you're numb, so you don't really feel it till after the epidural wears off. And they believe, or at least the researchers believe, that the majority of the chronic back pain that comes after an epidural has to do with the positioning during labor. And now if you accidentally poke into the spinal fluid, there is some research or literature to say that there is a higher incidence of chronic back pain after a post-dural puncture headache. So that's when some moms, when they wake up after an epidural and they stand up and they're like, oh, I feel dizzy, like my head just doesn't feel right. And that's usually as a result of a post-dural puncture headache. So there's a little bit of truth to that end of it. But if you had a normal epidural placement and there wasn't any sort of like, they didn't have to poke you 100 times or something like that, then the majority of the back pain that comes, chronic back pain, has to do with mom really straining super hard when she's pushing. So